Hello and welcome to Season 6, Episode 6 of Rampant Pyanodon. Last episode we finished basic fluids, and that was syngas, aromatics, and acetylene. While those builds are up and beautiful, most of our base is actually clogged by byproducts. And this episode we're looking to alleviate a lot of these issues. Okay, so the first item we're going to look at today is the Bento Box Mark I. Right now it's pretty limited in its capability. It's kind of just this giant storage container where I have to manually input which items and how much of it can store. And so it's pretty inefficient. So let's say, for example, early game, I need a lot, or I have had a lot of excess coal. So I set it to hold 6,000 stacks of coal and 2,000 stacks of ash. But after a new build, I pretty much use all that coal, and now I have a ton of ash. So I either have to build a new bento box to hold all the ash, and then let about 6,000 stacks of space go to waste because I don't need that coal anymore. And so I don't need the 6,000 stacks of reserved coal in there. Or I have to reconfigure my bento box and basically just say, okay, I no longer need 6,000 stacks of coal. Let's do 2,000 of coal and 6,000 of ash. But then every time I build something new, I'd have to go and reconfigure it, and then it's pretty time consuming and not the best for us scale wise. So my goal for the Bento Box Mark II upgrade is to allow the Bento Box to automatically store any amount of any item, and it automatically stops when full. So I basically I'll be like, you take coal, coke, and coal dust, and I set the maximum amount of stacks. It's like 8,000 total for the entire inventory, and then it just fills up with whatever coal, coke, and coal dust you send it until it's full. So like it could be like 7,000 coal, and then like 1,000 coal dust, and that's it. Or 8,000 coal dust, or an even amount of all. But it's just it's a much more automatic system where pretty much every bento box gets as full as possible. And then it's also more scalable because once those are full, you build a new one, and it's just like generic end-to-end storage systems as opposed to very specific storage per item per storage. After placing it, I realized that a ton of my trains were being misrouted, and that's due to my previous channel system. I'll flash it up, my train priorities and my logistics, but the most important thing here is that the channels. I didn't realize that we were dealing in bitmaps, so my channel 3 is actually also channels 1 and 2, which explains why my primary coal station was delivering to my storage requesters. After some turning around and researching bitmap logic, I came up with a pretty simple solution, and that is I'll map bits based on provider types. So the excess is going to be channel 1, storage is going to be channel 2, and primary is channel 4. And if I want a requester to be able to pull from a provider, I simply add up their bits. So, for example, I want the storage requester to only pull from excess, so it would be channel 1. The excess requesters request from excess and storage, so 1 plus 2 equals 3. And the regular requesters want everything. So technically I could just do -1 to flip all bits on, but I would rather be explicit than implicit. So I've set it to channels 1 plus 2 plus 4, which is channel 7. The new channel system kind of does break some of my current stations though, and they're 4 messed up right now. We got coarse coal, coke, coal, and aromatics, and they are messed up because some of my mixed stations are mixed requester provider stations that are mixed channels. So some of them are primary providers, which will be channel 4, as well as regular requesters on channel 7, and you can't have something at both channels at the same time. So after a ton of tinkering, I came up with a system to retrofit the currently affected station, and the logic is pretty simple. It's basically, for this example, we say like if raw coal is set to 0, set coarse coal to 0. This will prevent coarse coal from being sent out anywhere. And then we also set the bit mask to 7. So this will allow raw coal to be requested from anywhere. And then if raw coal gets filled up, we no longer make requests for it, and the bit mask returns back to a 4 for the primary provider. This is quite confusing, but I was almost not going to add in the video, but I'll just put it up here. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I can do my best to explain. But overall, I'm quite happy with my circuit logic progression. I feel like I'm getting more and more comfortable just slamming and understanding these circuit conditions together and just chucking into my system. Lastly, now that all my current stations are completed, I move on to my final storage related build, and that is the condiment container. Liquids are unfortunately extremely hard to handle, and I wasn't able to apply my bento box Mark II design to fluids, so it's pretty much essentially just the bento box Mark I design. In the future, I hope to understand memory cells to be able to make it more robust and take in any fluid type and any amount. But for right now, we just hard code each of the 400,000 unit containers to the station. We do have a universal input that can take, I guess, any fluid as long as you have outputs that are hard coded for that input. But again, in the future, I would like unlimited inputs and outputs, but for now, just hard coded outputs. I do my best to avoid just placing grids down because I think they're kind of boring, so I try to go with some funky shapes. To compensate for the lack of circuits, I also did some major decorating. So this is the condiment container. And yeah, with the condiment container online, we now have our base humming into action. We can go ahead and cross these two items off the list, and then I think I know what to work on next. So I finally figured out what to do. So a lot of the metal processing at the tier that I'm at right now, which is somewhere between hot air borax sand casting and then also molten metals, they all need borax and they need sand casting. So I'm gonna go all the way up here and get some borax. Okay, and that is raw borax. That took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I mean, I was surprised when I looked back at the time here. 4.5 hours, and that's not including like the 2 hours of thinking I was doing earlier. Just 4.5 hours of just building this. And if I were to break it down, I'd say it's probably like 1 hour of building the rails, probably an hour deciding where exactly to put the station, like some pre-design, 1 hour with the general station designing, like the belts and fitting everything in and the rails and stuff. Another hour of decorating and finishing touches, and then probably like 30 minutes of me running back and forth between here and the base to gather the resources because it is very far out, and I guess, yeah, my bots aren't reliant enough to just kind of put it all down. So I had to go back between here and the base a lot during this. But I mean, I'm very, very happy with how it came out. I've got like 3 or 4 cliffs to deal with here, and it ended up in a very, very nice square state. It's a little bit over designed for my taste, but I mean, overall, I'm very happy with this raw borax setup. Also, I think my rail intersection logic, or at least my design philosophy for it, is getting better and better. At first, in my main continent, it was kind of just like there was way too much in and out going off the main line. I feel like that would have clogged it up way too much. In the second one, I had way less in and out. Like every in and out would be like for 5 or 6 different stations, and that was a lot better. But I think I want to take it one stage farther. So now I think on the main line, no in and outs. It's gonna be just these high throughput intersections, either 3 or 4 ways that I grab from the internet from somewhere, from the main line only, and then from those lines, then we can do in and out, kind of like the second continent where we have like stage 2 in and out from there. So yeah, getting better with my rail design. And lastly, to close this episode out, I kind of wanted to finally build this, because I know I stripped down the entire world and I got rid of most, if not all, my immortalizations. All I really have left is Sterling's Fish Island and Zark's Defense Front. I wanted to kind of remake this immortalization. It's going to be quite simple. I mean, it's just going to be like a plaque with everyone's names, which will probably, I'll try to keep it, this one permanent. And yeah, I mean, if you're a patron and you want something special, just reach out to me through Patreon or Discord or the comments and just let me know if you want something special. Otherwise, I think going forward, you'll just be placed on this plaque by default. Yeah, this episode we finished a bunch of tweaks. We created the condiment container and we got raw borax up and running. Next episode, we're going to aim to we're going to aim to tackle some more prerequisites for the smelteries. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next episode.